Alright, I'm going to start with creating the base, the stand that's going to support my printed snowflake. So there's a couple ways to do this. I'm just going to show you a couple. There's actually an infinite amount of ways that you could create this, but this is just to give you an idea if you're stuck and you don't know what to do. So the first thing there's going to be two parts to this. One is the base of the stand, and the other is the arm that supports the snowflake. So we'll start with the base first. I'm just going to use a simple circle, and I know that the size of my snowflake is approximately 100 from end to end, so I'm going to make my base about the same size. So I'm using center radius circle, so I need to draw a base that is 50. I'm going to draw it down here. 50 radius. Oh, I just did 5. 50. So this is 100. The diameter is 100 across. So very simply, I could just extrude this. Let's say it's a height of 10. And there you go. There's a very simple base. Now there's a lot of material in here that is unnecessary. So you're printing a solid disc of plastic. You don't really need that much plastic. So this next method I'm going to show you is going to be it's a little bit more complex of a design, but it's using less plastic and it will print faster, and it will also cost less, which is always nice. So I'm going to create a circle still. You could use a square or a hexagon, whatever you want to use. And then same size, 50, radius of 50. And I can use this as a path to sweep. So I'm going to draw another circle, and let's say this one's going to be a radius of 5. So the diameter is 10. And what I want to do is divide this in half. So I'm just going to draw a line and turn snaps on here from one quadrant to the other. Then I'm going to use trim to trim off the bottom. So this is my cutting line here. I'm going to select that, press enter, and then I'm going to hover over the bottom part to erase that. Now I'm going to join these two together. Oops. John. Here we go, join. So now I have one solid, or not solid, but continuous shape. There's no breaks in it. So I can use this shape to sweep this circle. So I'm going to go to solid, sweep, select my shape here, enter. Then I'm going to click on the circle. You can see that it did sweep it, but not in the direction that I wanted it to. I wanted the flat side to be down on the surface. So I need to rotate my shape to get it to work. Control Z to undo that. So I need to go to the Home tab and rotate this shape. Enter. Choose a base point for the rotation here, and I want a 90-degree rotation. 180 would just put it right here, so I want it to be 90 degrees. 90, enter. Now I'm going to try this again. Solid, sweep, click my shape, enter, and then click on the path. So this is close to what I want. You can see that it's now orientated correctly, but it's not flat on my drawing surface. Half of it is above and the other is below the 0 Z measurement. So half of it is up here and half of it is below Z. I want it to sit right on top of my drawing plane. So I needed to specify a base point before I sweep. Control Z again to get out of that. So Specifying a base point means it will attach at that point while it's sweeping. So I'm going to click the sweep button, click my object, press enter, and before I select a path, I want to choose base point. And I'm going to specify this midpoint of the line as a base point. That means it will attach that midpoint as it sweeps. So I'm going to click now the path to sweep it, and now you can see I've successfully swept the path and it's sitting on top of my drawing plane. Alright, with those two examples, it should give you some ideas to create your own base. I invite you to be a little bit more creative if you want to, and just experiment with some different methods.